Hi, I'm Kylie and I'm 24 years old. I am from Iowa, and I'm just making this video for hopefully a chance to meet Justin and just hug him and to thank him for everything, and then also to just get the word out there of never giving up on your dreams and just having hope and faith. I am going to 4 shows this summer. I'm making this video because I've been through a lot in my life, and I mean, there's been people that have been through way more probably, but Justin's really just gotten me through a lot of it. Just the smallest songs and the smallest tweets from Justin just really just brightened my day and really kept me strong. And he just, every time he tweeted or said something on Twitter, I just got so excited. And then in October of 2012, I went to my first Justin Bieber concert in Kansas City, Missouri. And it was probably one of the best days of my life. It was almost surreal. I didn't have tickets. I drove 3.5 hours, 4 hours to see him without tickets. And it was freezing outside, and I got there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it was just an unbelievable experience because I met so many amazing people, like Tori. She's like my best friend now, and we're going to 3 of the concerts together, and it's cool that you get to make connections with people like that. And then I also met Jonathan, or J Boogie, I like to call him. He was just so sweet and genuine and real, and which was really cool because he's one of Justin's dancers, and like he's kind of a big deal. Having the first experience of seeing him live in concert was unbelievable. I had tears in my eyes most of the time, and it was just so cool to be there. And so after that, I was like, okay, I had to go see him again. And so my friends and I were planning a trip in January, and we went to Nashville, Tennessee. And it just so happened to be the same weekend that Justin was going to be there. And I had no tickets, and that was about a 15 hour drive. And we get there, and I'm like, okay, let's go out and let's go search for him. And then I see Kenny walk in, so I go up and talk to Kenny. And he's just like, well, if you find me tomorrow, then I'll get you tickets. And he was like, but you gotta find me tomorrow because I don't obviously have any with me right now. And so I was freaking out more. And then I saw Dustin, and I looked up, and I was like, okay, Justin's here somewhere. And when I looked up in the VIP area, right when I looked up, he must have looked at his phone because you could see his eyebrows, and I was freaking out even more. I was like, oh my god. Sure enough, he walks right in front of me, and I was like, hi Justin, I love you. And he looked at me, and he smiled and waved, and it was like the coolest experience of my life, because just to see that Justin actually has acknowledged me was unbelievable. The biggest thing that has impacted me lately was Justin talks about giving back all the time, and I really was losing that, and so I decided to plan a trip and for a bunch of my friends, and it was the best week of my life, and I'm going to do it over and over again because it was so amazing to see how many kids and lives you impacted. But we got back and we flew out of Des Moines, and we live about 2 hours from Des Moines, and so we were on our way home, and about a half hour, 20 minutes outside of where I live, my friend and I hit black ice, and we rolled 2.5 times and landed in the ditch, and a pole actually stopped us. And her side was down and my side was up, so we landed on the side too. And so I was hanging up there with basically just a seatbelt hanging me in there. I don't remember any of this because I lost my memory. They had to airlift me to Iowa City, which is about another hour and a half the opposite direction, because I had a brain injury. It's called DAI, and if you look that up, it's 90% of people don't come out of a coma. My friend Kelsey came up to the hospital, and she asked me how I was doing and if I was okay, and the only thing I said to her was, will you make sure Justin knows I'm okay? Will you tweet him right now? I also had a fracture in my pelvis and my scapula and my ribs, there's a part on my spine, like the very middle of my spine, and then the very upper part of my spine, lower part of my neck. I had a fracture. I was in a coma for a few days, and so I missed Justin's birthday, and I know a lot of my friends sent cards up for him and that kind of stuff, so that was really cool. My friends came up to Iowa City because they heard that I was becoming responsive, because before that I wasn't really responsive to anyone. And so they came up and they were videotaping me, and well, I'm just gonna play the video.
Sing it louder. I'll be your partner, I'll be your silver, I'll be your gold. You're really early.
It's just crazy how I was barely responsive and I could barely have a conversation, but I knew all the words to "as long as you love me." Like, that's crazy to me. I started working with therapists and getting something back to normal, and I wasn't able to walk, so they had to help me a lot of the times, and I couldn't really do anything for myself ever. My memory still isn't there because I had lost the short-term memory part, so I wasn't remembering the day-to-day kind of things, but I remembered everything before, and I would talk about Justin all the time to him. On March 15th, I started remembering people again, and I started remembering people that came the day before and that kind of stuff. So that weekend, I started remembering a lot more. The first person I called was Tori, and she was bawling her eyes out, and she informed me of the trend that they tried to start. It was Tori and Michelle and Shauna and Evangelina and Shelby and Beeb's Meat Team girls and some of the Bieber's gift girls, and like all these people were trying to help me out and trend for me, and they actually got John to trend, or to do the trend, and I was really excited about that, and he actually followed me that day too. So when I saw that, I just couldn't stop crying. I was the happiest girl ever, and it was just so overwhelming to see how many people reached out to me that I've never met before, and it was just unbelievable. It definitely made me a lot stronger. And then I listened to Justin like almost every day when I was in the hospital, just because it just made me happy, and I could have been really negative and depressed during this whole situation, and I've tried to be the best possible person ever, because I know that there's someone out there that's probably given up hope on someone that has a brain injury or has a severe trauma that has happened to them, and you really can't do it, because I'm like, my doctors said I was a miracle, because 15 days to recover, like, that's not very long at all, because usually it's months and months and months kind of thing. And I actually left the hospital later in March, like right before Easter, and so that was really special to me. And so I decided to do my Bieber week, because Tyann, who was with Bieber's Meat Team, said she was going to go to the Oklahoma City one, because that was the closest to her. And then obviously Tori's going to Chicago and has tickets, so I was like, yeah, I'll just go with you, because that would be perfect. Even if I don't get tickets, I have a better chance of seeing him, or meeting him, or seeing John again, because I want to see him as much as I can, because he really kept me strong too. And so I'm making this video basically to ask for help. I just really want this week to be the best week of my life. And I mean, even if I don't meet Justin or see him up close, like, I'm not gonna give up on meeting him, because it's too important to me. He just has impacted my life too much to give up hope, and I feel like God sent me him to be my angel on earth. Like, he just puts a smile on my face when I feel like it's been the worst day ever, and he just has brought me so many friends that, you know, I have friends from the age of 15 up to in their 30s. Like, it's just unbelievable how one guy can bring so many people close together, and you all feel the same age. Like, it's just unbelievable, and I'm so happy. I'm so grateful for that. And he's gotten me to the point where I want to start giving back more, and I'm actually doing the buyout for Omaha, and I'm so excited for that because too many kids are struggling in the hospitals every day, and nobody thinks about them every single day. Like, and I just want to be able to put a smile on their face for that 1 second, you know, like how many people did that for me when I was in the hospital, because getting gifts all the time from people, and people stopping up at the hospital to see me and tweeting me and texting me and Facebooking me, like, it's just unbelievable how many people, like, one little thing can make you so happy. Sorry this was so long, but I didn't want to miss one special part. And I just want to thank everyone for everything. And if you trended for me, or if you talked about it to people, or if you're watching this right now and gonna talk to people about it, like, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I know what it's like to feel like you're losing hope, or it's just too hard anymore. But I'm telling you, if you keep going and you don't give up and you never say never, I know I'm very cliche, but if you never say never and if you believe, then anything's possible, really. So thank you so much for watching, and I love you all.